Hey, options traders, it's Kai. So I was at work today and I did my normal routine of finding stocks and picking stocks. And because the stock market's only open basically when I'm at work. So I was going to go through that real quick with you and show you what we got. So the last videos I was doing was on a weekend. So here's the account right now, currently down 940. And we'll get in that in a little bit. So it's actually good that today's a little bit of a down day because you get to see it's not all sunshines and rainbows. You're down $940. And, it's not a big deal because you have a plan and you're not panicking. You know what you're going to do when certain things happen. So this is the broker. I'm using Lightspeed. This is not an endorsement for them. Actually, it's a complicated broker to use, but if you've been in this space for a while, it's fine. But if you're brand new to trading, it's not for you, trust me. So normally what I would do if I'm not testing is I'd go to Outlier. And then the Outlier, I would look at the sectors and I would get the sectors and then I would only buy in those sectors. But I'm testing something. So what I'm trying to do is completely different. I'm just testing something right now and I'm using real money. Let's see what we got. So we're going to run the scan and we're going to export it. So now go to master template. So what you do is you paste all these in here, and I've already bought them because I bought them about 2 hours ago, but I did not mark them up or anything. So I'm going to go through the entire process and show you guys. Okay, so you go over to the raw data tab, paste everything in, and then if you come over here, you see everything's come over to this tab. And now you have all of these. So then what I do is I come through here and I delete everything that's not green. So basically, if it meets the standards here and here, it turns green. If it doesn't, it turns red and shows you why. And essentially what we want is we want an under a 10% spread. And we want to be under 30% extrinsic. Now, what's great about this is it goes and checks every single stock out there that meets my criteria. I don't have to go look. It goes out. I tell it my criteria. And right now for Option Samurai is I have it pretty much wide open, but the spreadsheet is doing its job. I do have things like open interest. So it is looking at certain things, some minimal qualifications, but I really want the spreadsheet to do the heavy lifting and to do everything that I need it to do. And you'll see it, really from start to finish, it's less than 10 minutes. I start looking usually around 2 o'clock. I'm in Central Time, so that's about an hour before the market closes. I'll look at all my stocks. I'll get it all in. I'll do any rolling or anything that I need to do, and then I'm done for the day. Let's see. Now we go to TradingView. And then I have 2 watch lists. I have an active trades, which these are the active trades I have. So I always look at SPXL, TQQQ, and SGov, but my active trades are up here. And right now I have 9 of them. GOL and IAU I bought today. Let's go over to potential trades. And then these were the 3 that I ended up getting, but we're going to go through the whole process. So the next thing, all you do is you just paste them in here. So you just copy this whole thing. I leave the TradingView info off, but everything else you copy. Just go over to TradingView, your watch list, and here it is. Now, one of the things we can do is everything under 75, we won't take. So there's 77, 67. So so everything 75 and under, we can remove. And then I start at the top and I just remove it. So we're looking for 11 out of 11. If it ain't 11 out of 11, we're not interested. And you can either look at the top for 11 out of 11, or you can look at the bottom where it says meets all criteria, and it will have a yes or a no. All right. So when I took this SGOL, it had it. AAU still has it. GLD had it too, but I ended up not buying it because it was too expensive. And I can show you what I mean. So, okay. So these were the 2 that I had. So now what I do is I come over here and I go to my broker. It's right on top. So SGOL, go to SGOL, and then you need to make sure that you're going to have to find it in here. SGOL, it's right here. So we are looking at the June 18th, $45 call. And if you look down here, SGOL, June 18th, $45 call. I bought it. So this is on Eastern time, but I bought it at 1406 because I can't buy it at 1506. The market would be closed for me. So I bought this at 1406. So what you want to do is you want to make sure you're on the June 18th and you want to come down to the $45 call and you want to be on SGOL and then open it up and come down here and then put your account size. So my account size is 30,000. My risk per trade, this is whatever you want to risk. I like 3 is fine for me. So the strike price we said was 45. The option delta is 74. And then the bid ask is 670 and 640. All right, and that's it. And look, so the extrinsic is green, so it's under 30%. Spread is 4.48. It's under 10%. So we can buy this. If either one of these was red, I would not buy it. It says I can buy 4 options contract. So if you look at SGOL, June 18th, the $45 call, I bought 4. So that's where we're at. So there's the first one. IAU, get IAU. IAU was April 17th. So let's go look and make sure. IAU is right here. Yes, so it was 17 April, the $90 call. So I bought the 17 April, the $90 call. So if we come down here on the options chain, so we look at the $90 call is a 76 delta. So let's go back to make sure we're on the right one. You got to make sure you're on the right chart. Okay. So now we do the same thing. So my account size and my risk hasn't changed. So the strike price is $90 and you can highlight it like that to help see. So the delta is 76 and there's no point in here. It says point up there, but I don't put the point options delta. The ask is 1160 and the bid is 1120. Okay. So the spread is 3% wide and the extrinsic is 24% and we can buy 2 contracts. And over here, if you go to the IAU, the $90 call for April 17th of 2026, I bought 2 contracts. So that tracks. So GLD, the reason why I didn't buy it, and I would have because I can have 10 positions open and I only had 9 right now. We go look at GLD. And again, we have to look at what we're getting in GLD. So GLD is the $440 call. For again 17 April. So we go look at GLD. We have to make sure we're on 17 April, the $440 call. So right here. So again, come back down here. My account size and risk hasn't changed. Strike price is 440. The delta is 79. And this is why I didn't buy it. 5160 and 4980. It's just too expensive. And you hit OK. If you have the money, you can get it. So the extrinsic is 18%, the spread is 3%, but contracts 0. And that's because it's higher with the ATR, it's higher than my risk amount that I'm willing to go. So let's see if I had $100,000 in here. See if I could buy 2 contracts if I had 100,000. So with $100,000, I could buy 2 contracts. Let's see if I had 50,000. Yeah, with 50,000, I can buy one. Almost there. But right now, that's why I ended up not buying GLD. Now, what I did do is I moved them from my potential trades to my active trades because you can see they are in my trades. And then if I come over here to orders, I can actually see what time I bought them. So 1506, which is 1406 and 1509. So what I do now is let's do this full screen. So SGOL, I bought it 1406. So now I go down to the minute chart. And I bought at, what time did I say? 14, because I want to get this as close and accurate as possible. So down to the minute. So right here, 1406. Yep. 1406 is right here, this little green sliver. Now, let's say it was 1405. What I do is I don't count the wicks. I just look at the body of the candle and I just take the middle. I can't possibly know when I actually bought them here. I guess I could go down to the second, but it's not that big a deal. So like on this big one, I would just go to the middle and just take the middle. So for right now, we are at 1406 and that's at 4976. So now I go back to the day and I open this up and go all the way back to the bottom and I go to 4976 and I enable my ATR lines and I look and the ATR is 144 and here's my lines right on there. So now I'll have to go and look at when the option expires. S goal is June 18th. Okay, so now I take my vertical line. You can come up here and use a vertical line. I highlight them or I favorite them and then put them down here and put them in my favorites bar. So my favorites bar is down here. But if you come up here, you can choose them either the horizontal ray or the vertical line. So I got the vertical line. See, what did I say? June 18th. So June 18th. All right. So there's Friday must be a holiday. The market's closed. So what I don't hold it the week before. So I'll actually go to the Friday before and there's my line. Okay. So now what I do is now that I have my vertical line and what I do is I'll watch price and once price touches this line, I know to get out. So now I go to my horizontal ray, and I'll go here, just like this. All right. And now the price over here on the left on the label is 54.08. So now I click the line, make sure you have the toolbar at the top, and I want to make sure that these match. So see the one on the right side says 54.06. So go to 8, they match. All right, the 8. This one's a little over, so you can just go to the right. And what I'm doing is I'm using the up, left, and down arrows on my keyboard. 6, that yellow's a little hard to read. 8, 46, 88, and then 45, 44, 45, 44. All right, there we go. So I got them all. Right click now to get off that, to get off your ray tool. And now I just use my templates that I've made. So this is the 3 ATR. This is the 2 ATR. This is the 1 ATR. This is the half ATR. This is the minus. Whoop, this is the entry. -2 and -3. And I got to come in here. And now I know that it was 49.86 is what I got in. The ATR is 144. And the reason you do this is this will never change. This will not change the whole time. So 23, February 26, and I had to come and look at my cost. It cost me $2,076. And I keep the cost because when I roll, I know how much credit I'm getting. And what I'll do is as price goes up, let's say, so I was going to roll this one today when it was up here, but it was a 71 delta. But let's say if I would have rolled it, I would have just turned this green like so and a line green. And then in here, I would have said, rolled 635 credit, just like that. Back. So Escol. So yeah, so there's Escol. Now the same thing with IAU. So again, one more time, chart. I check and see what time I bought it. So IAU, I bought it 1409. Okay, 1409. So it's this candle right here. So I take the middle, roughly the middle, which is 98.30. So I go back to the day. Come back here. Just scroll down to the bottom, 98.30. Enable ATR lines, and this is at 284. Then again, I look at when it expires. IAU expires April 17th. So I hit my vertical ray tool, go to April 17th. All right. And then I, with my left arrow, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So now it's a week before expiration. And again, as price goes like this, as soon as it touches this line, I know I have to roll out in time or I have to close it. Horizontal ray tool. Just get it as close as you can. Right click to stop it. And now the left side is on 182. The right side is on 106.82. So that one's good. 103.98, 103.99, close. 101.14, 101.14, 99.72, 98.3. Left side says 92.62. So 92.62. Left side says 89.76. So 89.76. All right, so we got them. So here's our lines. Right click, -3 ATR. Right click, 2 ATR. Right click, 1 ATR. 0.5, or so half ATR. Entry is 2, -3. This and entry is at 98.30 or 284 on 23 February 26. And then look at the broker for the cost. 2,076. And there we go. And that's basically the whole process start to end. The only thing you didn't see me do was actually buy it on the exchange. And that was just because by the time I got home, the exchange was already closed. You can see that we had a buy signal from the green arrow. We had one earlier today. I don't know where this one went to. So let's go look. There was one that I wanted to look at today. Pretty much everything in the market was down. These are all looking good. Still looking good. This one's down a little bit. This one's down just a little bit. You can see from the entry, I do believe it was this one. Yeah, it was this one. See how this one dipped down and it was really close to my yellow line? If this one would have been under this yellow line, at the end of the day, it's a close. 5-10 minutes. No, not a what's going to happen, what happens. No, it's a close. It's a solid close. Let's see. So all I do is look through here real quick. Yeah, I just bought these two. Yeah, so we're looking good. This one was an almost close. We'll check it tomorrow and see how it goes. Also, TradeZella account real quick because I like to journal all my trades. So if we go back to February, February was pretty good. Week one, there was no trades. Week two was negative $5. Week three was 280. And then finally, week four, we hit 2.1K. And then week five, we hit 1.5K. So that was good. And then so far in February, and this has been a down market, the whole February's just been, everything's been turning down. But so far, week one made $800. Week two, 34. Week three, we made 900. And so far, we're in week four, and I haven't sold anything yet. So we'll see how week four shakes out. But with what I'm doing is I got a TradeZella score of around an 80. This is the recovery factor and everything that it looks at. There's the P&L, trade win, profit factor. I mean, you can see everything for yourself. Here's all the trades that I've done. So you can see all the trades that I've taken, and it's all using this indicator so far this year. I did have a couple of plan M setups. We had some plans, some setups early, which is probably what the week four is, because I think it was somewhere in here, and I probably closed them out here. So some of these were outlier plan F, but other than that, it's been doing everything off of this indicator so far. And even in a down month, instead of sitting in cash, I've decided to trade just to test this out, because everything in an up market works. I mean, I don't care what indicators you use in a bull market, everything works. And so I want to try this in a down and in sideways markets to see if I can still make money. So that's all I got. Let me know if you have any questions. My fellow outliers, hit me up in the Discord. If you're on YouTube only, just leave comments down and I'll try and get back to you. All right. Have a good week, everybody.